but won't step, you know.
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears. For the second of 3 games here on this Sunday, we continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
A give running right is Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here's Hurts to throw. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to get this to the 31.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Hurts. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Hurts going to move him around. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1.
Chubb again. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up. Fight, 97. Watch out now, 62. And cycle. Ready?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Taken down that time by Felix Anudike-Uzomah. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now Wentz on the option right, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Beckham the return. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Smith will come in motion right. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Pushing his way through. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And they're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Caught left side. It's Beckham. Touchdown Bears. Odell Beckham. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Butker on for the PAT. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Here's Lance. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Ready. Red, yellow.
Moore, the man in motion. Again, it's Lance. His throw incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
38. 52 blaster. Black ultra. Yellow. Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He's into space past the 25, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Barkley. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack. He's got a man, complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, 78 yards. And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Smith catches left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 30 yards. They'll run with Chubb. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? A run with Chubb, and he'll give it up on the reverse. And that play going absolutely nowhere. They sniffed it out from the start, and it'll turn into a big loss. Now Hurts looking to change the play. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
6, Mega. Blue striker. 5, 97. Ready?
The Lance going to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
So often we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Blaster, 6.
Throwing now is Lance. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
22 needle. Black shot.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Amari Cooper, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line. And oh, deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting because when you're trailing in a game, these are the mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
Open man here is Conklin. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's 2nd and 3. And Lance now to throw. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
Here we go.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Green Jack. Ready.
A final shot before half for Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
52 blaster. Ready?
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Don't have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half. They're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Here's Beckham. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Chicago. That's a punt return of 89 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Surrendering the punt return for a score. Let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Swain going to look to bring this one out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 6. And the Falcons first down.
Lance now on first down. A solid stiff arm. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Atlanta.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And back to the air on second down. It's Lance eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. He'll field this at the 5. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Hurts. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 33. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Bears. A.J. Brown, 33 yards. And the Bears have opened the lead up to 30. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Swain going to look to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a play fake. Lance. And pass complete to Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And Cooper will go in motion. Lance now on 1st down. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But
poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Eccles. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Red, cycle. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Bears are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The 1-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Hurts. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Curtis Samuel, 58 yards. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
37. Falcons 13. Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Oh, and this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Swain going to look to bring this one out.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
10 cycles.
More the motion man.
Barkley inside handoff. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Lance looking to throw it.
Yeah, that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Okay, now.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis.